Discord Degenerates podcast. We make your eardrums splurge. You filthy fucking virgins. Discord Degenerates podcast.
Yeah, you can start the podcast and the intro.
Alright, hello and welcome to the Discord Degenerates podcast. I am your main host, at least for this episode, Toby, along here with my co-host Dirwest. Unfortunately, our standard main host, Dr. Meth, had to go take a little leave of absence due to his mental state. But he should return maybe soon. Nobody knows. Could be an episode, could be two, could be forever. No one really knows. So, what's been going on in your life? Do you have any topics we should talk about for this episode?
Yeah, Vinesh forgot.
Alright.
Before that, I want to talk about something else. Let's talk about long distance.
Long distance shit is really hard and cannot be maintained properly. At least in my experience.
Same broski, that's my experience as well. I'm in a long distance right now and that fucking sucks. And for you all fucking degenerates out there, I do not mean like, but what the fuck is this? Yeah, I should stop scrolling on Instagram stories. But yeah, basically what I was saying was that, what the fuck was I saying? I had dementia at this point, I guess, yeah. It's not a Discord kitten like most of you would think. That's true for just Toby, not for me or Meth. But I think long distance really messes a person up. You know, because there's so much fucking miscommunication and hiding and all that bullshit. It's just so much fucking easier to get yourself into a bad place mentally.
Yeah, I feel you. It's hard to like
So, cause
you
like,
you
wait a minute, Toby, I can't hear you for shit. You know that your voice is sounding so fucking distant, as if you're whispering while standing on a cliff next to
yeah.
mine cliff.
Is it better? Is it better now?
No, it's not better. No, it is not.
Hold on.
Yet,
A
it
little
is
bit of a
yeah, it's
technical
better
issue.
now. It's better now. It's better now. It's better now. It's better now.
Okay. I won't do shit.
Yeah, yeah. I was just saying that basically, if we all lived more like North Koreans, we'd have a happy lifestyle. Like phones are good for you. It's not like North Koreans don't have phones, but their phones are like heavily regulated. They can just contact their family and friends, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and that shit's lit. There comes a problem when you fucking use your phones to talk to people who live far away from you.
That's still a fair distance,
Yeah,
to be
Toby, go
honest.
on.
That is still a fair distance, to be honest.
For India because I'm going to college and I've been on a fucking motorcycle for like 6 months and my college is fucking strict. If I miss even a single class, they'll fucking message my parents that your son has fucking missed a class, which is fucking weird as fuck because this college is known for being a drug capital, like a so good source of drugs. Like there are a lot of drugs there, but they're so fucking strict about discipline. So it's like, well, what the fuck? On one hand, you're letting drugs run rampant. On the other hand, you're fucking acting like we're living in fucking Nazi Germany or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is kind of how it
Dystopian.
is. In the country
Yeah.
where my ex used to live, his parents wouldn't even let him go outside and like walk around and shit unless it was a specific day. There were specific days when he was supposed to do that, and everything
How
was
is their
controlled.
friends then? Were his parents like loaded as fuck?
Well, I mean, he said not, but they have a fucking mansion. It's like 4 floors, and they got a shit ton of stuff, like expensive
Yeah,
stuff.
four floors doesn't really mean a lot because even in India, the poor people they have houses that have many stories because it's just cheaper to build it like that rather than building it fucking I don't know to
No,
make
his house was actually big. It was like a
yeah
fucking castle. Like it had shit,
you know
like castle
no,
shit.
that's what I meant by him being rich because mostly people who are middle class or below middle class, they don't really impose such strict fucking, laws on their children. Meanwhile, people who are relatively well off, they do this shit a lot.
Yeah.
And that's really fucking destructive, because there is a point when they have to let their children out of their homes to do a job or some shit, and when they do, those children go fucking wild with their newfound freedom and do dumb shit. Like, there was a guy in India who lived in Pune. His name was fucking, I don't know, Vedant Agarwal. And he was 17 and he was gifted a Porsche Taycan for his 17th birthday. And he was speeding it at like 220 kilometers per hour in the main city of Pune, and hit two people and killed both of them. And he was drunk, obviously. And yeah, back
Damn.
to Toby. What were you saying about your ex?
Well, nothing really. I mean,
Your voice is shit again.
sorry, I don't know what it is about. Like, sometimes it just is better, sometimes it's worse. Try to figure it out. Maybe it's about my headphones, something else. Microphone.
Is it a Bluetooth headphone or what? Wired?
Well, I'm trying to. No, I have Bluetooth headphones, but I'm trying to, like, put the microphone to not the headphones. Hold on. Alright, does it sound better now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Alright, yeah. He is 18, but his parents still treat him like he's a child. He doesn't have any rights of his own. The only things he can do is.
Being 18 doesn't mean shit in most countries. It just means shit in the West.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get that point. My parents are kind of strict too. Like, I still can't make any decisions regarding my uh habitation. My mom said I can't move until I'm in fucking uh university, and she said I can't switch schools and shit. But yeah, it's kind of rough. Oh fuck, hold on.
It's kind of complicated. Wait a minute, what the fuck is this bullshit? What was I saying? I was saying that, it's kind of like the 18 stigma was made by the West, but it's a lot more stricter in India. For example, I'm 18 and it's just fucking burdensome. I mean, it is easier for a lot of things. Like, for example, my parents don't even let me order a lot of shit online.
Yeah.
I won't sit here and act cool and be like, yo, nah, bro, I'll do this, I'll do gangbangs. Nah, bro, my parents are strict as fuck. I'm fucking Indian. And I can't really do a lot of shit without consulting them first. And as you know, it's probably a lot more stricter for me than it is for you all. And like being 18 has a few perks. For example, I can make a bank account and store all my money digitally in the bank, and hence no one can access it at any time. And I can buy whatever the fuck I want online. But there is an upside to having parents like that. Like in India,
Yeah.
it's kind of like even if your parents are stricter with you, they do have your back, unlike in the West.
Yeah. I mean, if our parents were more strict, we probably wouldn't, like, children wouldn't be doing drugs and shit. Like, that would be.
You know, I know a lot of parents who were strict with the children and they still do drugs. So I mean, it is a factor because if you let a child do whatever the fuck he wants, he's obviously gonna do drugs. But it doesn't always work like that. For example, I know a guy. His I won't say his real name, but his nickname is Bart. Okay,
Yeah.
basically B A and then an amalgamation of the English T and H sound. Okay, Bart. That shit. And basically, his parents they moved abroad to Canada and they worked there. Right?
Yeah.
And he lives in the city with his maternal grandfather who is old as fuck. And he's on a lot of medication and he's basically uh, like glued to his bed. Like he doesn't move a lot. He can't. And this guy, he gets his parents to send him money from abroad, and and steals part of that money which he's supposed to spend on his maternal grandfather's medicine and uses it for drugs.
Damn, that's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. That's kind of sucky. I mean, the grandfather is staying alive though, still, right?
I mean, yes, but it's kind of like he could have been a lot better. This is, I won't say I have concrete proof of this shit. This was told to me by a guy who I no longer trust due to a lot of reasons. But yeah, this shit was genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah. This smart guy, he was a real douchebag because his parents worked in Canada. Then they sent a large portion of the money home because it's not like he just sent his grandfather's bill to Canada and they would send that amount. He would inflate the bill according to his wish to get a lot of money for himself as well.
Damn.
Yeah, so yeah, now to give you an example of this guy's financial capabilities by leeching off of his parents like that, he had this happened like when was the COVID lockdown? 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, 2021 at least. No,
That
not 2021. 2020, I think, for here. Like 4 years
that
ago.
that shit is, bro. What the fuck? That shit feels like yesterday. But yeah, but anyways, uh, during the COVID lockdowns, the second lockdowns, which were in 2021, basically, he had bought the new iPhone 13 Pro Max, right?
Yeah.
This was in near September of 2021 or September of 2022, I don't know, but near that time, right? Basically, when the iPhone 13 Pro Max launched, he bought that phone. And there was another guy in our class, we'll call him Guy, and he borrowed that said guy's scooter.
Yeah.
And when he returned the guy's scooter, it was completely dirty and full of ink. And the guy is like, bro, you ruined my scooter. It was clean when I gave it to you. And Bart is like, broski, I swear to it, didn't ruin your scooter. And the guy is like, bro, I got it washed yesterday. And Bart, that son of a bitch says, Maison, what the fuck am I speaking? He says, I swear that I did not dirty your scooter. If you want me to prove it, I'll smash my phone to bits. And the guy is like, I do it. And that motherfucking son of a bitch part, he throws his phone on the fucking road, with, and fucking smashes it to bits with a brick.
Damn.
Now, to give you a perspective, an iPhone 13 Pro Max might not be very costly for you all in the West,
No, it
but in
is. It
India,
definitely is.
now convert that into Indian standards.
Well, I guess.
There
Yeah.
was there was a survey that said if working for the minimum wage in the West, a person would have to work for something like 17 to 25 hours to buy an iPhone 13 Pro Max. Yeah, because the average wage over there is like 14 euros.
Yeah.
So somewhere around 25 or 30 hours, some shit like that. And in India, if a guy wants to buy an iPhone Pro Max, he has to work for about, I don't know, 600 hours or 700 hours to buy an iPhone Pro Max, working on the minimum wage.
Damn.
Yeah, the iPhone Pro Max, 13 Pro Max costed a lot of money back then, especially because it was going under a 30% tax because it was not made in India. So basically, India has this shitty thing that says if a product is not made in India, there must be paid a 30% tax on the product.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, that's why a lot of companies had shifted the manufacturing process into India, which made the quality of things drop.
Yeah. I heard that iPhones are gonna be manufactured in India soon as well.
Yeah, they're setting up the plans. Speaking of iPhones, did you know that I could buy one now, but I'm choosing not to buy one?
No. I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max. It's pretty good.
I know. That's why I'm not buying one. You see, the thing is, Apple is a fucking son of a bitch. Usually, when a phone gets about an year old, they lower the prices on their official websites. For example, if a phone launches at 80,000, by the time It's almost been a year, and it's about 15 days from the next launch. They lower the price by about like I don't know 20,000, yeah, or 30,000.
Yeah.
Basically, they gave you a 20% discount, the clearance sale. But Apple, that son of a bitch, I looked up the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and the base version of the iPhone 15 Pro Max costs 1,60,000 rupees, which is like 1,800 euros in India.
Yeah. I mean, it's about the same here. For some reason, like Finland is one of the countries where the iPhone is the most expensive at the moment. Like when I bought mine, it was like 1,600. I want to say.
You know, the older versions are did cost that much, but yeah, my point is, in countries like Brazil, it's like 2,500 euros, and in Turkey, it's like 3,000 euros, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, you know what I mean. I'm saying that if I waited 1 month, I could buy the new iPhone 16 Pro Max for the same fucking price. At the very most, it will be like 1,850 euros instead of 1,800. You know, why should I fucking waste my money on an year-old phone?
Yeah. Maybe you just wait for the next one to release.
Yeah, my parents told me that I could did buy me the new one for like on my birthday or at the New Year's. They said you should wait till then, and there's a pretty solid reason for that because I'm supposed to go to college right now, and they said you shouldn't really take anything expensive there because that'll give people the idea that you have money, and then they'll latch onto you for it. And I'm like, yeah, that's legit.
Yeah, that happens a lot when people realize you have money. You just get like friends with it. Personally, I don't think I've had that happen. I have bought stuff for my friends, but nothing like really, really expensive.
That never happened to me as well, but I've been kind of cautious since a certain incident. I've told you all about it, I think. But basically, when I was new in the big city, I didn't have any cash, and nine of our friends we went out to eat, and I then did not check if my wallet had any money in it. And when it was time to pay, we were all supposed to split like fucking I don't know 300 rupees, which is like how much is 300 rupees? Like 3 euros per person, 3 or 4 euros per person.
Yeah.
Okay, and although it is not a lot, it's not that less of an amount in India for food. 3 or 4 euros. I mean, I was with those niggas for the first time. I'd met them like the second time ever, and I was out to eat lunch with eight of them. And I'm like, bro, could you all fucking pay the money? I'm gonna pay mine separately with my card because I had my debit card with me.
Yeah.
And they're like, we could, and that's kind of difficult to do and confusing. Why don't you pay the bill and we'll pool all this money and give it to you? And that's reasonable, right?
Yeah, we also do that sometimes. Like, I was just at the store and the bank servers or something were down, so we can buy our stuff separately. So one of my friends just like paid the whole thing because he was the only one with cash.
You didn't let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, what happened was I trusted enough, and the guy who was supposed to take the bill was just standing there. He was like, "Hurry up!" And I had the decency to believe that these people would actually give me the money. So I went ahead and paid. I did not ask them for the money beforehand. And when I got back, half of them fucking ran away. And for the rest, when I had the money, they said, "We'll give it to you. Just wait a minute, wait a minute." And like out of the eight people there, a total of three people paid me back.
Yeah, that's fucked.
And then out of those eight people, those three people are the only ones that I talked to after that. I never talked to any of those niggas after that. And I ain't saying that it mattered to them. They got a free meal out of me. But you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
better to not fuck. Yeah. And one of those three guys, I don't talk to him anymore because of something really fucked up that he did once. It was basically like a few months after that, we had gotten kind of close. We were good friends. He was not a good guy. I knew that, but I did not know he was capable of theft. Basically, what happened was he told me, "Hey, let's go to a restaurant." Me and my friend. Yeah, like there were three of us, and I'm like, "Bro, I don't have money. I can't pay you today." And he's like, "You don't need to pay me. It's on me." You know. And I'm like, "You sure, bro?" And he's like, "Yeah, obviously I'm sure." And we went to. Have you seen any of those food vlogs in the Middle East or in Southeast Asia? Those small cramped shops with a lot of people in them, sitting
Y-
haphazardly.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen them like in real life, but I have seen them in like photos and stuff. Like,
Yeah, that's enough. You know that there's no real particular order to ordering there. You just give your order and sit on your seat and it comes to you. There's no real billing process and all that. It's basically chaos, right?
yeah,
And there were a lot of people there and we're sitting there, right? And that guy orders like not a lot of food, but a good amount of food, worth about 900 rupees, which is like again 4 or 5 euros per person. And when we eat all of it, I'm like, all right, let's pay. Yeah.
yeah,
And the guy, he says, listen to me. It's dumb to pay every time we come here. So what we're gonna do is that we're just gonna walk up, get up and walk away. No one's gonna fucking notice because it's so fucking crowded in here. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? And I'm like, no, bro, you gotta pay. You gotta pay. Yeah. And he's like, I don't have money. I don't have any money. I don't have any money. And I'm like, I held his fucking call. I'm like, bro, fucking pay the money. So then I had to force him to pay. And the next day I gave him fucking 500 rupees to fucking, reimburse him or some shit because I stopped him from saving money apparently.
yeah. That's kind of fucked.
Yeah,
Why would you propose to go to eat and do stuff like that if you don't even have money to pay for the food?
exactly. My question exactly. And why would you fucking involve me in your plans without telling me what you plan to do?
Yeah.
That just kind of goes to say that if something's too good to be true, it usually is.
Yeah, my dad does weird shit like that. Like today we were getting burgers and he just like swiped a newspaper from the fucking burger place, like that the burger place owned. And he was like, "Oh, it didn't have anyone's name on it." And I said, "No, the burger place's name is on the corner of the fucking newspaper. Like, they'll notice it's gone." But he took it anyway.
Oh, it's so fucking weird. I kind of wonder why people do shit like that. It is kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
And you know why I hated this guy, the guy who tried to steal fucking food from there? I mean, I did not stop talking to him because, he fucking tried to scam a restaurant. The reason was much different. The reason was, I don't know if any of you all are familiar. There was basically a girl that I kind of liked a lot,
yeah,
and I wanted to talk to her. But at that moment, I didn't really have my phone because this is an old thing, and I didn't really own a phone back then. I had my feature phone, not a smartphone, and I wanted to fucking talk to her. Right? And so this guy, I took his phone and logged into Instagram and talked to her like a lot of times, and every single time I logged out.
yeah,
And so what happens is that there's one time we're sitting in class and I'm texting her and she's sitting in the same class. We're just basically sitting on two different corners and we're both giggling and shit. And suddenly the teacher enters and he tells me to fucking shut off the phone at that very moment. And so I did not have time to log out. Yeah.
yeah,
And so I shut it off. And the guy is like, I need my phone right now. After this, I need to go somewhere. And I give him the phone. And he's like, I'm gonna log out of your Instagram myself. You don't need to worry, my nigga. And I'm like, I believe you. And that son of a bitch for the next 15 days talked all of my messages. All of my messages. Like, bro,
oh,
why would you do that? Are you fucking gay? Why do you give a fuck about messages? And he only came to find out, and I only found out when he got angry at me for trying to sabotage his relationship, which was not a relationship. It was basically he was planning on stalking a girl. Yeah,
yeah,
and he did not have the best of intentions. He was very angry with the girl because she rejected him and was asking around for her a house and shit.
yeah,
This was some bitch, and so I warned that girl that this guy does not have the proper intentions. You should be careful because if I'm aware of something, I don't want something bad to happen to her. Although I didn't even know her properly, but why should she suffer?
yeah. I mean, at least
Yeah.
he
So
just stalked your messages. He didn't like respond to anyone or anything.
I found it because of that. And then he's angry with me, and I'm like, bro, why the fuck are you just talking about messages? And that was kind of goofy because he thought that he could take me in a fight. That was just goofy because he was like 5'9", and he reached up to my fucking shoulder.
Yeah.
He was built like a cracked earthen vessel. Enough about stories from our life. How about you tell me about something from Finland? Or do you have a story that you would like to share?
I don't really know if there are any stories. Let me see the news. That is what I usually
How
do.
about how many? Let's talk about the Olympics. How many medals did Finland score?
Finland got 0 medals in the Olympics.
Oh,
Yeah. We were kind of close on getting like a bronze medal from women's hurdles, but uh the like competitioner fell, so we didn't get anything.
yeah, sucks. I mean, it's worse to be Indian because we're a country of a billion people and we got like 6 medals.
Yeah, did you get any gold medals?
No, no, no. We were supposed to get the gold for Neeraj Chopra, but he could not win. He lost to his friend Arshad Nadeem from Pakistan,
Oh
and
yeah, the javelin guy, right?
yeah, and we were supposed to win with Vinesh Fogart. What happened to her is truly tragic.
What happened?
It's kind of like, do you remember Imani Khalif,
Not really.
the Algerian boxer?
Oh yeah, the boxer, the one that was claimed to be a guy.
She's not really a guy, but the thing is, she has a syndrome. It's called Sway's syndrome, in which you don't really have X chromosomes. You have like a certain percentage of chromosomes that are XO and XY. You have ovaries, but they're scarred. In this, that means that you're intersex. You're neither male nor female.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was intersex, but she was raised as a girl, and she was more on the girl spectrum. You know,
Yeah. Intersex like genitals vary a lot. Like you can have more of
yeah,
a
you could be more
vagina
of a
with an
man or more of a woman. Yeah, man
yeah.
or a woman. She was more of a woman, and hence she was allowed to compete in the women's division. Yeah,
Of course, yeah.
but she does have a very high elevated level of testosterone. I do believe that she should be allowed to compete. It's a genetic advantage, although she is not exactly a woman. But what happened with Vinesh Fogart was that she beat the Japanese champion who's been winning for 12 years straight and has never lost a point. She beat her, and she was in the finals. Yeah,
Yeah.
and her dietitian messed up. So what happened was a day before the fight, she weighed 2 kilograms overweight,
Yeah.
and so she had a day to reduce all that, and so she fucking did not sleep for the entire day, did not eat, did not drink. She just skipped and jogged and shit for 24 hours. She got her hair cut. She even got her fucking blood drawn from her body so that she could make weight, and she was 100 grams overweight.
Damn.
Yeah, and they disqualified her. She was so fucking sick that she had to be hospitalized the very next hour. She collapsed because she got her fucking blood withdrawn from her vessels, and she was looking weak as fuck because of all that she had to go through. And they fucking disqualified her. And I'm like, bro, kill yourself. She was 100 grams overweight, but fucking Imani Khalif is intersex, and you're letting her play. It's just 100 fucking grams. You can delay it by like an hour. She'll lose 100 fucking grams. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I mean, it is very
And
Did you hear that boxing will be eliminated from the next Olympics probably?
no, that's breakdancing, not boxing.
No. Breakdancing was this year, but like I mean boxing will be removed from the Olympics.
That seems weird. That will probably not happen.
No, cuz it was like since it's not like an original Olympic sport, and it's also seen as overdue brutality in this day and age, that it's not
It's not
considered.
overdue brutality. I mean, by that logic, why would you have anything like shooting? Shooting's not an original Olympic sport.
No, but I guess it's because like it promotes violence or something. I don't know.
You know, I really fucking hated the Paris Olympics for these reasons. You know why?
Yeah,
Because till the opening ceremony, they defamed Jesus and all that. That kind of felt like, well, that's a big move. But we live in a world where agendas are a real thing. And, you know, as conservatives say, liberals are not entitled to having the feelings protected. Yeah?
yeah,
The same applies to conservatives. They aren't entitled to having their feelings protected. So if a liberal hurts their feelings, it's not wrong, it's their right. Okay, and if the government is liberal, obviously they're gonna fucking hurt feelings. But there is a point where it gets excessive.
yeah,
There was no air conditioning to make it eco-friendly. The beds were fucking shit. There was no proper food over there. The Indian government had to send 40 fucking air conditioners to the Olympic Village for their own athletes.
yeah. Also, did you see the
They,
video of the
wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Just let me finish. Just let me finish. And you know, because they allowed Imani Khalif to compete, although she was intersex, and I mean, she should be allowed to compete, I guess, because she has lost before, and they made an exception for her. But why would you disqualify Vinesh Fogart? She was 100 grams fucking overweight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's kind of like they're trying to go. They're really catering to the fucking lefties here, and it feels like discrimination is all that it is. They're fucking eliminating boxing because it's too fucking brutal. Who the fuck said that? You know why boxing should be included in the Olympics? Because it gives it fucking coverage. You know, just because you think that it's violent does not mean that it's unnecessary. The world is full of fucking violence, you fucking hypocrites. The next time it's USA who's fucking hosting the Olympics, and you know, it's kind of like you niggas are the ones who bombed Iraq. You niggas are the one fueling the war in Ukraine. You have the blood of half the fucking world on your hands. How the fuck can you banter about this shit like morality and being violent and shit? You know what I mean? It's like shut
yeah.
the fuck up, you fucking hypocrites. And what saddened me even more is the Russia thing. They did not even let Russia to compete. Russia should be allowed to compete if countries like Israel are.
Exactly. But I mean, like, Israel shouldn't
I
be
mean,
allowed to compete if Russia isn't allowed to compete, because they're both
no,
at
I'm not
war.
saying that. I'm not. No, no. First of all, I think all countries should be allowed to compete because Olympics has always stood for fierce things like it's about athletic performance. It's not about political agendas. But this year, we saw that it was entirely about political agendas. It was about fucking I don't know. You know, promoting everything that is Western in its ideology, like veganism, fucking I don't know, eco-friendly shit, no ACs, trans shit. And you know, I'm not saying that the opening ceremony was completely trans. It just bits and parts of it that was trans, and you know they over glorified it or some shit. But you get what I mean. It's no longer unbiased. It's biased as fuck
Yeah, it is.
because they said that they banned Russia because they use fucking you know steroids. Which country fucking doesn't? Even fucking America does. Do you think Americans don't use fucking steroids? Do you think that they're all fucking rocky training in the fucking I don't know slums of Brooklyn or some shit?
I mean, they go through pretty rigorous testing. I mean, I think the first tests for the Olympics are taken a year before the next Olympics start. So, like, if the Olympics were this year, in 2023, they would have already started taking tests from all the athletes to see if they have been using any, like, doping substances.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't really work as well because Olympics does not really have the money to send people all over the world to take those tests. The question is, who the fuck is taking those tests? Do you have to produce them by a fucking normal agency or is it owned by the government? Because corruption is a real thing. You can control those tests. We have seen that happen a lot of times.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if you say that all Russians used fucking steroids, how were they still losing to the Americans?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, I'm just saying it should not be fucking influenced by political agendas or anything. You know, it should be fair, which it is not.
Yeah. I want to talk about the Seine and how they spent a lot of money cleaning it for the
Oh yeah, that
triathlon.
was hilarious. Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, but when the people were doing the like triathlon, the
They
guys who
got
were
sick.
swimming, actually one of them threw up for like 5 minutes straight because he got some kind of poisoning from the water.
That's nothing, bro. You read about that woman who was swimming in there and she got infected by some fucking protoplasm in there, trichomona or some shit.
Yeah, and I don't really see a point. Like, sure, it was nice that it was in Paris, but you you had like Paris still has areas where you can com- complete these, like, where you can basically make the people participate in it. Just don't make them swim in a fucking shitty river if you know it's going to be polluted in a few days anyway.
Uh, I just said there is what the fucking agenda, man. They're just trying to push something. I'm not saying that it's new. It's always been the case. You know,
Yeah.
whichever government's in power, they're gonna try to push the fucking agenda, man. It must be the same in Finland. It's the same in India. It's same everywhere. Whoever's in power is gonna fucking push his ideology. It's nothing new. You just gotta choose the ideology that you like and the one that you're fucking to, I don't know, suck the president off for.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm, one of those guys who doesn't give a fuck about the government because they're all gonna fuck us over anyways.
Yeah,
Whoever has power is gonna fuck you over.
that is true.
Yeah.
Um, did we have any other topics?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Let's see. Any other topics? Yeah, something really bad happened in India recently.
What is it?
Wait, give me a minute. Yeah. Basically, there's a hospital in India, in West Bengal. I forgot the name. Let me look it up, please. I don't even fucking need to look it up. I'ma just open Instagram, scroll a few stories. Everyone's posting about it. Fucking hypocritical ass bitches. Let me explain you why I fucking hate these niggas posting about that bullshit. Let me fucking find the story first. Ishmeet. Ishmeet है पास एक मिनट. Ishmeet she posted that shit. Happy to fuck you. This bitch. Yeah. Basically, this happened in Kolkata. Yeah.
Yeah?
The Wait a minute. What was the name of the hospital was R.G. Kar Medical College and Hospital, Kolkata.
Yeah, in Kolkata.
Yeah, it's big as fuck. And basically, there was an on-duty doctor over there who was raped and brutally killed.
Oh my god.
That's not the end. The doctor was on duty and she was pulling in 36-hour shift.
A
36-hour
36.
shifts are not. That's normal. That's not the scary part. The thing is, in India, she was doing PG, which is basically like her residency. And for that, you have to pull in mad hours, like 36 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was on her 36 hours shift and she was tired as fuck. So she went to the seminar room, which is, what's a seminar room? She went there to take a small nap.
Yeah, like a conference room.
Yes, kind of like that. She went there to take a small nap and basically they raped her to death.
Oh my god. To death?
No, that's not that. Yeah, to death. They broke her arms, legs, eyes, and her vagina, eyes, and nose were bleeding. Let me find the full story, wait. These niggas were posting about it all fucking day long. I'm sure there's some fucking hypocrite out there who still has it posted. The only reason I'm calling it them hypocrites is I'll explain in a while. Wait a minute. No one saying that paisi, na? No, not this nigga. This nigga's a hypocrite as well. So is this nigga. So is this bitch. So is this nigga. So is this bitch. Where the fuck are those niggas? No, not this bitch. Not this bitch. Not this bitch. This bitch is a hypocrite as well. All of these bitches are fucking hypocrite. Let me just fucking tell you. Basically, she was bleeding from a lot of parts of her body, and she was disfigured. She was stabbed a lot of times as well, and a lot of bones in her body were broken. So yeah, you get the gist of it.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah. Let me tell you a detail of what else was broken. Bleeding from both eyes, bleeding from mouth, injury on face and nose, bleeding from vagina, injury in left leg, injury in belly, injury on what is this? Left by ankle, injury at her. What's this? This writing fucking sucks. Basically, some other place. Injury at her right hand, ring finger.
Yeah,
And you know what the reaction of the director of that university was?
I don't know.
He
He didn't
said,
really care.
yeah, no, he said that it was the problem of the lady, that why would she go sleep in that room at such late hours in the night? And so it's like, bro, she's pulling a 36-hour shift and she's tired. She can't even fucking sleep in her own college, in the room where she listens to the lectures. She can't fucking sleep there because the fucking psychopaths are out there. Who the fuck are you supposed to blame? The person who killed her or the victim? Like, bro, what the fuck? It's not
Also,
like she was going out and sleeping in the fucking streets. She was sleeping in the vicinity of the hospital.
yeah, exactly. Like in a fucking hospital, like in hospitals
Where she
here,
fuck
we have guards and shit. Like you definitely have a place to sleep, a safe place to sleep somewhere.
There are sometimes fucking crowded, and the thing is, when you're on a 36-hour shift, you can't really go back to your dorm room because it's kind of far, and like every minute is precious because you have like half an hour to sleep in fucking 36 hours. So you sleep wherever you can find the fucking place. A lot of people just sleep in the duty room.
Yeah.
So I don't blame her. And the thing is that the security footage, it was tampered. Someone deleted the footage. So basically, it was not some random guy who did this. It was someone in power. And
That
you
is
know
fucked.
why I'm calling all the guys who posted about it fucking hypocrites?
Why?
This bitch, her name is, let's not take her name. Her Instagram ID is, I won't say that, it basically fat whore. She posted about that thing for like two stories 16 hours ago. And then 15 hours ago, she's posting selfies with her friends with pink hearts. And then another bitch, what's her name? Yeah, this bitch. She posted about the thing, like two stories, and then she goes and posts about other people's happy birthday, doctor, 21 looks good on you, and other things, and photos with her friends. And then she again posts about that incident. And then another guy, he posts about it, and 30 minutes later, he's posting anime edits.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm saying none of you all give a fuck about it. None of you all are invested in it. How the fuck do you care about it and then post shit that has nothing to do with it? Like, if you cared about it, would it not be the only thing that you're thinking about? Like, none of you all really care. You're just showing that you care. None of you all have posted anything unique. All of you are just posting that one story. You know, like the story All Eyes on Rafa.
Yeah?
Yeah, everyone's just posting that story. That's what they're all doing. None of them give a fuck. None of them actually care.
Yeah,
They're
it's
just
just like
pretending
a
that they care.
hit repost button
Yeah,
on a
it's like
post.
that. Yeah, in Punjabi we call that paid chal, which basically means, walking like a sheep because you follow whatever the other people are doing. You just follow them. You don't think for your own self. What's you with your fucking petty 60 followers on your private Instagram account go and do anything for that poor fucking doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah. But on the same hand, what else can they do? So it's kind of complicated. But still don't fucking post about other shit while you're posting about them. Maybe that would be better.
Yeah?
But yeah, that was kind of sad.
That's fucked. People,
Yeah,
like, they just post and they don't care.
yeah. That happens all around the world. People just want to look good on social media.
Yeah. I don't know.
Why don't you tell us about something from Finland?
Yeah, I was just
What
looking
happened
at
to
the
the
news. What?
what happened to the guy who raped and killed that little girl in the forest?
Hold on. Well, the girl was buried, and there were a lot of people at the burial, apparently. Uh,
What's a lot of people from Finland, like 20?
It only says a lot of people were there to like witness the burial
Yeah,
procession.
I know about that. I want to add something to that. Like, when, for example, you die, how many people are there genuinely?
Well, I mean, for the burial, not too many, like the immediate family, maybe relatives, but for the services, there is about as many people as you want, like 50 to 60. Some people could have hundreds.
No, you don't mean, no, you don't understand what I mean. Let me explain. For example, when you die normally, there's going to be a normal amount of people there who want to be there, right? Or who are invited there.
Yeah,
Basically, they still give kind of a fuck, or they might not care, but they're not going to fucking poke fun at you, right?
yeah,
But when you die in a special way like she did, which is tragic, like at such a young age and out of your and without your own will, it's kind of forced for you to go there. For example, I've told you all about this, but there was a girl in my city who killed herself. You know who she was. We won't go into very detail about it. I don't want to go into very detail about it. Let's just call her the girl.
yeah,
And basically, at her funeral in India, we always cremate the people. It's called Pog. No, not yeah, Sanskar. Basically, you fucking set them to fire on a
yeah.
wooden fucking bed type of shit. And when they set her on fire, there were a lot of people there. Our school, she was really active in the school, and they made all of the students there attend her funeral. Like they loaded them up in school buses and took them there to pay their respects. And
Oh,
most of the people over there were laughing and poking fun at her. I'm just saying, so what about this girl? A lot of people, how many of them were genuine? How many were there just for the fucking sake of it or because they were obliged to go?
well, I would assume that in cases like murder, the official procession is usually closed, so just random people can't like attend it. And usually the area of the burial site is roped off, so only the people who like are a part of the procession can join. But people can
What's the
like,
position?
well, it's when you like get like when you have your funeral, when there's the priest tells you stuff about the person, everyone speaks about the deceased, and then they're buried in the grave eventually.
Oh,
Right. Well, you want to hear something interesting that's not at all related to this?
yeah, sure, go on.
The building that is next to me and Meth's apartment building is apparently, in eyes of the law, a motel. And
Wait, what?
yeah, people have been complaining that their mail hasn't gotten to the mailboxes, and none of them have names. Not even in our building, they don't have names, just the numbers. And it's apparently kind of a shady situation because they're rented out by the student commission, and like they give the apartments to students. And it's been found that the building next to ours is actually registered as a motel in the eyes of the law, and that's why people haven't been receiving their mail. Now, what's different with hotels and motels here is that since you usually stay in motels for a little bit longer of a time than you would stay in a hotel, you can actually choose to
Yeah,
have your mail delivered there, but it is delayed. And since there's 180 apartments in the building, a lot of the mail might get mixed up and not delivered on time.
damn. So basically, it's the law fighting against the law.
Yeah. Uh, it says that the building is an apartment hotel.
What's the benefit of registering it as a motel opposed to an apartment?
Um, according to the fuck, like registry of people and places and shit. I don't know what the direct translation would be in English. According to their
What's the
construction
name in
papers,
Finnish? What's the name in
väestötietojen
Finnish?
järjestelmä.
What the fuck? Speak slowly.
väestötietojärjestelmä.
Vaistettojorlimas, whatever the fuck, vittu. But yeah,
But yeah, according to them,
vittu
it
nioma.
is according to their building plans, it is a motel type business accommodation or accommodation business. And because it is a motel in the eyes of the law, the building commission has not allocated these like these fuck basically the people who live in the apartments are not actually allocated to the apartments, but instead who lives there is the student commission itself. So basically no one lives in their apartments, the student commission does, and you're just renting a motel room from the student commission, and they have the right to deliver your mail to the apartments.
Yeah, no, you do not understand my question. My question was, how does the student council or the student body of the government fucking benefit from this? How do they benefit?
Well, they benefit because they don't have to pay as much taxes from the fact that they actually have a fully working apartment building. Students are easy to exploit, and usually since they don't have a lot of money, the rents can be lowered by not getting any taxes from them.
Oh. Well, it's not as bad as India, I guess. If you want to compete in that matter, let's talk about India. Basically, the thing in India is even if there is a university or some sort of fucking board like the Electricity Board of India, they'll have two sorts of money. One is the money that they generate themselves that they pay to the government, yeah,
Yeah.
and one is the fund that is allocated to them or that they earn on their own through fundraisers or something services provided.
Sorry, Dad started hassling me.
Oh, you're at their place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, no problem. Yeah, I was just saying. What was I saying? Yeah, no, basically in India they have two types of funds, and basically all of those government entities they do have to pay taxes to other government entities.
Yeah.
And the thing is, in India, one of the only government corporations who's deep into debt is the Electricity Board,
Yeah.
because no government entity pays taxes to them or pays for the fucking electricity. Like the municipal corporation of a city has not paid their electrical bill for like 50 years. What's the electricity corporation going to do? Cut off the electricity to an entire fucking city?
Yeah.
So that's why they don't pay the fucking taxes, which causes a lot of load shedding in our countries. Yeah, what about the Bangladesh? Did you all fucking hear about Bangladesh?
Nah, but did you hear about the Elon Musk Donald Trump debate that was on X?
First of all, I did not. And what the fuck? How is the fucking debate of two madmen more important to you all than a fucking coup d'etat taking place in a fucking country of
Uh,
100 something million people?
it says it ran for about 2 hours, and apparently some people have said that the amount of listeners was fixed on 1.3 million people for like an hour or two at one point.
You don't understand it. Uh, Donald Trump is a dumb fuck.
I know.
Donald Trump only acts great and smart because he has this ability that to brush off everything as insignificant. Like I could show him a picture of him raping and murdering a 2-year-old, and he'd be like, "Meh, look at my hair, nigga, look at my bank account," and his cult like following would go, "Maga, maga, maga," and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, all of the American candidates are dumb as fuck. Like Kamala Harris, she's dumb as fuck as well. She's always like, we need to go more woke, people. More woke. Suck my dick, bitch. But I don't want AIDS, so I won't even let you suck on these nuts. So, are you or are you not aware about the coup d'etat in fucking Bangladesh?
No, I haven't heard about it.
Oh, yeah. So, basically, what happened was Basically, Bangladesh's freedom for struggle is was much more difficult than India's or Pakistan's because the two areas most fucking active in the fight for freedom against the British were Punjab, my state, and Bangladesh and Bangla, which is West Bengal in India and Bangladesh. They were one thing back then. And what happened was during partition, Bangladesh and Punjab had high amounts of mixed population religiously, so they split them both into two.
Yeah.
And basically, Pakistan had two parts. One was West Pakistan and one was East Pakistan. East Pakistan was Bangladesh, but it was culturally different from West Pakistan, and hence it was oppressed. And basically, they had to go through a lot of bloodshed to get independence from Pakistan, and a lot of the people died. So a lot of people were left homeless and destitute. A lot of them. So Bangladesh they introduced this quota called the Freedom Fighter quota,
The freedom fighter quota, okay?
which which basically means if you were the son or grandson, or I don't know if it applies to great grandsons, but it does apply up to grandsons of a freedom fighter, you were guaranteed a job and an education. There was a 50% quota for you in jobs and a 50% quota for you in universities.
That's
That's a fucking
interesting.
lot.
So basically,
Yeah, that's
if your family succeeds, that means that you will most likely succeed as well.
no, if you're a freedom fighter, first of all, freedom fighter, the definition of that very word is very vague. You know, like you don't have to be a major freedom fighter. There were many freedom fighters. You can just afford the fucking certificate.
Yeah.
So like there was a lot of ambition, and meanwhile, there were half of Bangladesh's population were not freedom fighters. They were at the very most 5% or 10% of them. Who could qualify for that quota. So basically, 5 or 10% of the total population got access to 50% of seats in jobs.
Yeah. So it is
And
about
basic,
like privilege.
yeah, it was about privilege, but hear me out here. And basically, they canceled that quota a while ago,
Yeah.
but they tried to bring it back this year, back to the 50%, and then students protested that we want our rights, right?
Yes.
And so they protested and they protested, and fucking you know what I mean. And they protested, and in the end, the government said that we'll give you 7%. Okay, only 7% of the quota will, sorry, 17% of the quota will be for the fucking I don't know freedom fighters.
Yeah.
And the people were still happy. They were like, why should they get any quota? Fuck that shit. And basically, it's a mob mentality. They are fickle. One thing leads to another, and that ended up in a wholesale riot because the government brutality was, brutal. Obviously, they killed like 90 students. They beat them to death like dogs, and that's just a reported number. The thing about Asia is, if they tell you that 90 people have died, you should assume that 900 people have died. And so basically, that got out of hand, and they reached the prime minister's house and fucking bombarded it. And she fled to India and then to England and all that bullshit. And they took over the country, and it's full of Islamic radicals now for some reason. And they're destroying the statues of the founders of Bangladesh and all that, which is sad.
Yeah.
You know why I say that? Because even during Corona times, the actual number of people who died in India is much larger, and I know it because I'm a son of a doctor. Most people did not report that because it was so fucking difficult to do so.
Yeah.
If you
I want
wanted
to
to
talk.
report death, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Well, it's not about this issue again. It's about
No problem. You can talk about anything.
the Olympics.
Yeah, sure.
There was this. I don't know what she was competing in, but in 2021 for the Tokyo Olympics, since
Yeah.
Tokyo has such strict drug laws, a woman called Shakari Rickardson wasn't allowed to compete because there was a picture of her smoking weed like 2 weeks before the Olympics. So they banned her from it. But in 2024, Snoop Dogg was photographed very openly in the Olympic stands, and he was smoking pot pretty much the whole time.
He wasn't an athlete.
No, he wasn't an athlete, but he still like was a big thing in the Olympics. Like Rickardson couldn't
Well, you
even
see,
come watch
this
the
is
Olympics.
this is mostly fucking applicable to you all in the West. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like humans, they need someone to idealize. That's why I say that religion is better than whatever you all fucking go through. You all idolize fucking people, man. Like a lot of you, like all those people who fucking decry those celebrities. What do you think about them? Do you think that they actually have a fucking they have a deity in their life, and it's probably fucking someone like Travis Scott. And I'd much rather fucking pick an imaginary god over Travis fucking Scott any fucking day. Have you
Yeah.
seen all those niggas go, OMG, it's Rihanna, she's performing well, it's fine. Shut the fuck up, bitch. She's like getting paid like fucking 30 million for that shit.
Oh yeah, she was playing at the Ambani wedding, right?
That was after she was pregnant. But you know what I'm saying? You should stop idolizing these people. They're just fucking, they're like, how do I say this? They're basically like opera players, but expensive. They're nothing special. They're humans like us. Why the fuck are you idolizing them? You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of sad to see so many people idolize them, but it's kind of like that's why they get kind of untouchable. Like Snoop Dogg. Who the fuck is gonna say anything to Snoop Dogg?
No
We are
one.
going to bend rules for him. Yeah. Even in countries that don't have these things, they idolize leaders over there. For example, in North Korea, a lot of North Koreans are forced to idolize Kim Jong Un. And in other countries like that are largely religious, a lot of Chinese like Xi Jinping a lot. In India, a lot of Indians like fucking Narendra Modi because he supports the religion Hinduism and he uses it to his own advantage. You know what I mean? The Nazis, they fucking worship Hitler because they did not practice any other religion. I'm saying everyone fucking idolizes someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who the fuck I idolize though. That's weird. I'll probably idolize some warlord from Africa with a 14-inch dick soft, running around fucking killing everyone. I would, except they commit rape and that's bad. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's look for some more news.
There was also criticism about the Olympic medals, how a
They're
person who
low
won
quality.
a gold medal was wearing it, and it's been like how long since the Olympics
A
started?
week. A
For like
week.
a
A week
week,
or 2 weeks.
about a week, yeah. And it's apparently faded. Like some of the gold from the back of the medal has like
Did you
disintegrated.
see the comparison? Did you see the comparison?
I did.
Yeah, it's like the Tokyo medals. They were so fucking good. They're still all fucking intact. And the Olympic medals, they're fucking bullshit.
So I think um what we can gather from all of this is that basically they did the Olympics. They put money in the opening ceremony and the preparation, but they didn't put any money
I think,
towards the
I
prizes,
think, no, wait,
etc.
wait, Kuras, I think that they laundered a lot of money
Yeah, probably.
because they spent how many $1 billion trying to clean up the sin. First of all, it was unnecessary.
It
If
was a
there
billion.
are no more than a billion, it was more than a billion. It was some billion, like 2 or 3 billion.
Yeah.
Probably a bit more, but let me check. Let me check. Wait a minute. How much money was used to clean up the sin last year? Wait a minute. Where the fuck is? Yeah, what the fuck is this bullshit? I hate this fucking phone here. How much money was your fucking stupid phone used to clean up the the Titanic? Shut the fuck up, nigga. What the fuck clean the Titanic? What's the spelling of the CN? $1.5 billion.
That is a lot.
No, my point is the French, they're not really the government. It's not really attached to the culture, because all that queer shit and bullshit. France is a very Catholic country. All that opening ceremony that clearly showed that, and that their propaganda, the eco-friendly shit, and all that. It just shows that they're not fucking attached to their culture all that much anymore, especially the government.
Yeah.
So why would they be fixated on swimming in the Seine if they wanted to save money elsewhere?
Oh,
Why the
fuck.
Seine? I'd say they used it. They laundered a lot of their money and lined their own pockets.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at France's political stage right now. Macron, the current president, lost in an election. He
Macron.
had to Macron. Basically, that fucking sweet fluffy dish shit. He
Yeah.
fucking lost in an election and he had to fucking cancel that election and do snap elections to win. He's in a coalition party right now and his position is real shaky.
Yeah.
So,
You know what?
basically, it's like maybe he wanted to make a quick buck.
Can we uproot this conversation real quick and talk about
Yeah, sure.
beverages?
Yeah,
Beverages.
sure.
I
Yeah, sure.
fucking I fucking love beverages. Beverages are the most amazing thing that have been invented. Not even talking about alcoholic beverages, even though those are also very good. What I'm talking
You
about
know,
is fucking new beverages, like the new Monster flavors. Have you tasted those shit? That shit bangs so hard.
what's the name?
Peaches and cream. That shit is so good.
We don't
Also,
have them in India yet, I guess.
fucking Rio Punch or whatever it was called. That shit slaps.
I like I like the Aussie Lemonade and Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, Aussie lemonade is also really fucking good. And they have a new Sprite flavor, fucking cherry lime. That shit is so good. I've been buying a can of that shit every day. And I really want to
You
taste the
know,
creamy coconut Dr. Pepper.
we don't have Dr. Pepper in India, but yeah, we're yet to receive the updates for the rest. But I like soft drinks a lot. I used to fuck with Mountain Dew a lot. But ever since, yeah, are you familiar with iced tea
Yeah.
by
Uh,
Lipton? I love that shit. I'll kill a nigga for that shit. I love that shit so fucking much. Coke, all that shit, it doesn't fucking hold anything in comparison. Usually, I did not buy iced tea a lot because it was fucking expensive. A can of Coke costs like fucking 35 rupees in India, like 350 ml, and a plastic bottle of Coke costs 525 rupees for 500 ml, i.e., like 30 cents for 500 ml of Coke.
yeah.
Yeah, and iced tea, it is actually not made in India and imported from Saudi Arabia. So it costs 100 rupees per 300 ml. That's one and a half €1 and 20 cents for 300 ml, and that's kind of costly for India. And I can afford it, but I was like, why waste money?
Yeah.
And now I just discovered Nestea. It's basically iced tea. It's almost just as good, and it's by Nestle, and it costs 220 rupees, which is like €3 for fucking two for a big packet of powder that you're supposed to mix in
Yeah.
cold water.
Yeah,
A single pouch makes 60 fucking glasses of that shit.
I used to buy Nestea, like the bag version, like the powder. I used to buy that shit like a
Yeah, the
lot.
powder. I have it.
They
Yeah.
can't they like discontinued it here. You can't get Nestea
It,
anymore, and I'm really sad about that because it was really good.
yeah, I love the shit. I just drank a glass. And then what's the best part? I can fucking change the flavor according to my will. If I think that it's too sweet, I'll just add in more fucking water. Who the fuck's gonna stop me? If I want it more sweet, I'll add a bit more of the powder.
Yeah.
And the
Eating the
best feeling is
powder raw is really good as well.
I've never eaten a powder raw. And the best part, one spoonful of that powder makes me nasty for about I don't know 900 ml of water. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like 900 ml of nasty has 50 calories in it.
Yeah, I
And
don't really.
matter of fact, I'ma just make some nasty right now. I'm
Fun
fucking
fact,
craving it.
I drove a
Yeah,
car like 40 kilometers today. That is the longest I have ever driven. And I had to, I'm still a student driver. My dad is teaching me how to
yeah,
drive. And, I haven't really driven far distances before that, but I gotta say, driving a car is really fun. Except, we
yeah.
turned onto this, like, country road, and there was a bunch of,
Hmm.
road work. And they actually
Yeah.
stopped the traffic, and there's this car that you had to follow to a certain path, and there was like grids of iron on the road, and you had to drive on top of that. And I gotta say, I was a little bit sweaty because that was like my first time driving properly, and that shit happened. So it was like crazy.
You know what, get you. Wait a minute. Let me put in water and this shit real quick and go back to my room. Because my parents could walk in at any time and they'd be like, Nigga, why the fuck are you making nasty at 2:30 in the morning?
All right, off-topic question. Whoever's editing this,
Yeah.
whether it be me, you, or Dr. Meth, have you finally taken up on your resolution and quit smoking?
Who?
You.
Me? Oh, yeah, I stopped.
You stopped.
It's been like more than a month.
Damn. Yeah, I'm kind of stopping myself because I realized that smelling like cigs at school is like absolutely disgusting, and the smell goes everywhere, and everyone can detect that you're a smoker, and it's kind of frowned upon here. So I just switched to Pawn or nicotine
Wait,
pouches.
bro, what the fuck? You did not stop. That's not called stopping.
Yeah, no, it's partial stopping. I don't smoke in school.
Oh, well, over here, the nicotine pouches are considered even worse. It's called canny.
Can you share me a picture of it in the chat?
It's basic. It looks like snus. It looks like snus. I verified it from a Swede.
Oh, well, you could have verified it from us. I'm pretty sure Finnish people use more snus than Swedish people do.
You know, I verified it from some other Swedish guy.
Not Swedish at all.
No, not from Pay and another Swedish guy. Pay is Finnish.
Yep. Well, yeah, is Karelian, like me.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about it in some survey, and they were all talking about snus, and I started laughing, and I said, "That's called canny," and they're like, "You can't have that in India." And I showed them a picture, and they're like, "Yeah, that's snus."
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, I'm just looking at it. Yes, it's basically snus, except that the looks like the contents inside it are a little bit darker, and it
Yeah,
looks.
it's Indian tobacco. It's kind of darker. It's more roasted, I guess.
Yeah.
We use something called blue leaf tobacco in India.
Wow. That sounds
Yeah, it's
fancy, not
called
gonna
blue.
lie.
Yeah, it smells good as shit. You know, the cigarettes, they smell bad, but when you haven't burnt it, it smells fucking delicious. It's called a honeydew blend or something. All of the cigarettes have that. Even the Marlboros. The other ones called Gold Flakes, they smell much better, although they're cheaper. They smell like fucking honey. They make it in honey or some shit, you know?
Yeah, you're not supposed, that is completely illegal here.
Why?
Well,
Why?
because all flavorings and shit is
No, it does not fucking, you don't feel the honey, you know? It's just a process because it smells like honey. It's not like it tastes like honey.
yeah,
It tastes like a normal cigarette.
it doesn't matter if it's got anything else but cigarette in it, like pure tobacco, it's illegal. But I found
You
from
know,
Estonia,
it's
I
not pure.
found
It's a blend. I don't know how to explain it, but it's called a blend.
yeah, blends are also illegal to manufacture.
Oh, oh, sad.
Yeah, you can have, yeah, well, I mean, you can have a blend of like Virginia tobacco, Turkish tobacco, stuff like that, but not brewed tobacco or flavored.
Yeah.
Those are illegal. But I found from Estonia like menthols basically.
Menthols fucking suck. I hate them.
No, they don't. They taste amazing.
They taste too fucking strong, man. You know, it's
No,
kind of
that
like
was
you
like
burst the ball.
it was a light green, so it's like very like not overly minty, but enough that you can feel it in your throat when you
No,
inhale.
no. I mean, no. Listen, the Marlboro menthols, they fucking suck ass. I'd.
Yeah?
The only good menthols are from Wills. Wills. Wills.
Alright.
The Wills menthols are better, but the filter is soft as fuck. So the thing is, the first puff, it's too fucking strong. The menthols in India, they don't really have a single flavor. They are two flavor. They have two balls in them. The upper ball, the one near the filter, is usually orange flavored, and the one near your teeth is usually mint flavored.
Interesting.
Yeah, you could mix them both up or taste whichever one you like. The orange one, I personally like it more because the other one it just attacks your throat. I mean, for the first puff, it's too fucking strong, man. And after that, it kind of gets mild and it's bearable.
Wow.
I also found something that I smoked like two cigarettes of and then threw away like 2 months ago. It was basically extra slim, extra long cigarettes. It
Yeah.
cost the same as a normal cigarette. Like the pack costed the same, but in terms of content, it was like 70% less. Okay, I paid the same amount for 70% less cigarette.
Yeah, we call those lady cigarettes, basically. It's
No,
kind
it
of a...
was not. It was not smaller. It was longer but thinner.
Yeah, that's a lady cigarette. It's
Oh,
longer.
It was very very.
The filter is longer, but it's thinner.
Yeah, it's very very thinner. Like even the filter was longer and even the body was longer. It was much longer. And now the only reason that I bought those, they were said to be low smell. Like you can't smell those all that much because the tobacco leaf being used is of much higher quality and shit or some bullshit.
Yeah.
It smelled the same fucking thing. It was fucking terrible. I wasted that money. I'm never gonna get it back.
Do you want those right now?
Not at all. Not at all. I just hated them. I don't want cigarettes.
That's what they all say. That's what they all say. I actually got $0 from any source last month. No, not last month. No, last month, as well as in June, because the government decided to cancel my uh
Kayla,
Kela decided to cancel all of my shit for no reason.
why? Wait, could you clear up that for me? Why are you and Matthias in trouble? He messaged me and told me that you'll tell me on the pod, but seeing as, our friend is getting the help that he deserves, do you mind telling me what's that shit? The shit with the government. What was it? Wait, let me check.
It depends with
Uh,
who. Who was he talking about?
Toby and I might be in trouble for massive tax fraud.
Oh
It
yeah, that
was,
shit. I can't really talk about that publicly, but we thought we had committed tax fraud. Turns out we didn't, but it was a whole thing. We were doing shit that was really questionable, and well, it turns out it was nothing, but it was kind of spooky.
it kind of feels like you're most more involved with meth than Pace, you know?
Yeah, well, I
Like,
mean, I
no,
live.
not in the.
I
Yeah.
basically live with him, and Bet just
Oh,
like comes around sometimes. We did see him quite regularly. Uh, I think I saw him last Friday. Yeah, we saw him last Friday.
yeah, because it's always like he's off on a job or always online in the other fucking server, like MMA off point. I don't even know what the fuck he talks about there all fucking day long. I die there.
No clue either. He's kind of a mysterious guy. As far as I
No,
know, the
not
only things he
vodka.
does is smoke weed and
Smoke
sleep.
weed. I know that he works in shoveling snow and shit, and he has got a few exhausts fallen off of his car.
Yeah, he has a new car and it's absolutely shit.
Its exhaust fell off recently.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, he's. Wait a minute, what happened? Let me check. Backstage, where the fuck? Yeah, vehicles. Yeah, um, his exhaust fell on the 8th of August. No, on the 7th of August. Bro
Yeah.
is extremely, how do I say it? Low key open in the other Discord server, which is good, I guess.
Where did he say
That's what.
this?
In the other Discord server, you're not in it. It's the MMA server.
Oh, the MMA, yeah. Is
Yeah.
Meth on there as well?
No, he's not there as well. Only me and Pete.
Damn. You two have like a
He only.
secret coup de grace going on.
No, not really. He just invited me because I was not really in November. In November, I have no fucking idea why he fucking invited me. But yeah, he did, and I'm not. Uh, I'm not even fucking active. I was active there for a few months, and they fucking started hitting me with allegations of me being a fucking groomer, and I was like, "Fuck you all, man."
What the fuck?
There was a few guys over there who were acting like fucking bitches, and I got bored, so I left it. So basically, there was this girl over there called Eclipse. Yeah, she was like 16, and I was fucking 18. It's a 2 year age gap. Yeah, and I didn't even fucking hit on her or go in her DMs. I just asked her if she wants to do the pod, and she said yes. And she slipped into our server, and it didn't work out. I did not contact her afterwards. And in the server, she used to fucking tag me and talk to me. I was like, "Hi, I don't give a fuck." And I might not be the best at distinguishing between a man and a woman. And although I did not make any explicit sexual threats to her or anything like that, I was not like those other Discord cucks who always were treating her like, she was like the queen of the world. I was normal with her. And, she messaged me talking about her periods, and I did not even fucking reply a lot. And they were like, "This is grooming. We should ban him." I'm like, "Oh, fuck y'all." They stood up for me back then a lot. So, yeah. This server is weird as fuck. There are certain guys here who fucking send videos of Korean idols and say, "I wanna lick her asshole clean," and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? This is weirder than our server. The one, what's the name? Discrimination station. That's kinda dead.
Yeah, that's the only server that all three of us are on, as far as I know.
Yeah, that's the only one that all three of us are on. What's the name? No, what's your name in that? Yeah, yeah, Ina. The first one is Y, second is H. Third is ENHK. What's your name?
You can try reading it. It's kind of confusing. Try again.
Yah Wait a minute. It's either Yah Yah Anak or some shit like Yah Anak. What is it? What is it? What is it? Try again.
Should be like
Seven. Yeah.
Yahildir.
It's not there. The last word is K. Kaf.
No, but it's not
It's
Arabic. It's Kazakhstani, but written in Arabic.
even if it is Kazakhstani, I don't know why the consonants would change in meaning.
Well, it's supposed to say that. I don't know what it says
The,
if it doesn't say that. I got no clue. I don't read
oh,
Arabic text.
the first word usually stands for Y, the second one for H, the third one for either E or A or A, the next one is N, and then it is H, and then it is K. Now the vowels in between are a mystery. It could be anything. It could be Yeh Enek or Yeh Enek or Yuh Enek. I have no fucking clue about that.
Well, it is what it is.
Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck is gonna read that shit? And this guy who I told to get some help he called me a bhonsadi, which means fuck that. I mean, I'll take that over anything, I guess. Let's talk about one of the most asked questions in the world. Yeah?
Sure, what is it?
How does one get bitches?
I don't know. I've only ever gotten one bitch. Like, in real life.
Oh,
At least she made me not be a virgin anymore. Unlike you.
lucky. I've dated a few bitches, but I'm still a virgin. I'm in India. It's not my fault. I can probably lose it in college or
They're gonna be
I don't
like,
know in a few.
oh no, Juvrai, we need to wait for marriage.
There might be a few bitches like that, but Probably not a lot of them are like that. Those are a very different cliche of bitches, and those are not my type of bitches. Bitch, I'm not gonna wait fucking 5 years to fuck your ass.
Some Indian names are so funny.
My name is kind of funny, but it's normal. You can't say anything to it.
No, there's a famous Indian athlete who has the same name as you.
Yuvraj Singh, the cricketer.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about him? He had cancer once, I guess.
Oh, that's interesting. I just saw him on. I was
Yeah,
trying to look you up on Facebook, and I found
I'm
him
not on
instead.
Facebook.
Why
I'm not on
not, bruh?
Facebook. I had a Facebook account, but it's not under my name, and I've never used it. I made it because I wanted to link it with the game to be able to play the game.
Dirwest Singh.
Yeah, I'm not on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram though.
I did.
Yeah. Uh, it's called Degenerates Podcast. Do we have any views on our YouTube channel? Podcasts, Discord Degenerates, 56, 13, 17, 12, 23, and 12 and 21. We have a decent amount of views, I'd say. So 23 views ain't bad. One thing that I wanted to discuss for getting bitches that I thought was a huge factor is the momentum.
Yeah.
I feel like if you make that good, I mean, obviously, I ain't gonna say none of that shit like you have got to be an alpha male or a sigma male. I'm just saying, man, you gotta have that momentum. It's kind of like once people start to see you as boyfriend material, they start to see you as boyfriend material. You can't fucking pull up in a class, fucking dusty ass with smelling and all that shit and expect people to think. And then 2 days later, change up and expect people to think, I'm gonna date him. Because the thing was, when I went to the big city, I started getting bitches, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But in the small city, I still get near to zero bitches. And the reason for that probably is that fucking I have very little freedom here. And when I fucking came here, I had a beard. So it's very complicated. I'd say if you have a good image, you'd probably get some bitches. And only if you're a decent human being. If you're a fucking piece of shit, you won't get any. And the hardest part about a bitch is not getting a bitch, but keeping a bitch over the long term.
Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, your background noise is crazy. Someone seems to be fighting. Not
What?
crazy, I mean, I can hear it a bit.
I think someone is trying to DDoS us currently.
What's DDoS?
Attacking our fucking podcast.
Goofy.
Anyways, I think the last contact I had close to romantic stuff when I was making.
It was the best time ever. Then Toby got no bitches, so he went for the man. Yeah,
No,
continue.
I actually went for the men before that. That's a different thing. I won't get into that at all right now.
So Toby changed preferences because he got the iPhone Pro Max, I guess.
No,
I don't know.
because
Yeah, sure,
I
go
was
ahead.
were
It's
like
kind of funny. It's
€5.
kind of it's kind of funny that they're promoting alcoholism to students. They're like, yeah, your students, come on, I'll help you get to become an alcoholic. It's free for you. It's cheaper for you, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, go on, anyways.
Yeah, that happened, but nothing came out of it because
Is this enough material for the podcast? It's 3 o'clock in the morning now, and it's like 12 o'clock in Finland. 12:30, I guess.
yeah, goodbye, bro.
Yeah, goodbye, bro.